Movies are expensive, so sometimes you gotta ask yourself, who the hell is funding and releasing these things? Then it's just waiting for you at the very beginning of said movie. Every movie's different though. There's always a different studio at the beginning telling you what gigantic company put this one out. And today we're gonna be ranking their opening logos. This is my first type of video like this, so let me know if you like this kind of content by liking and subscribing. We're gonna start off with this tier maker list. I'll list in the description below, but there's a lot more we can do in a potential follow-up. So for now, we'll stick with these ones. Also, I'm gonna be using the most recent iterations of said logos, but like I said, if you wanna see previous versions, that could be another video as well. Also, bias will definitely take place if I associate a logo with a movie I love rewatching, but whatever, let's start the video. So 20th Century Studios, this is probably the most iconic one out of the bunch. I don't know, it's so simple with the camera movement and the fanfare, and it's evident they never changed it too drastically in like the last 20 or so years. It's timeless. Even with the change from Fox to Studios, it's an easy S rank. Now we have Blue Sky Studios. So while this is no longer a studio, it's in its template, so why not include it? Blue Sky, you know, they made Rio and Ice Age and Ferdinand. They did not give these guys a chance to shine, huh? Anyway, this one has Scrap from Ice Age chasing that iconic acorn while on top of the Blue Sky logo, then falling to his death. This one's fine. I like that Scrap's kind of become their mascot. I mean, he's in 5 out of 13 other movies, so why not? But I don't know, it's kind of whatever. I think this is a C tier. Now it's time for Pixar, and this is another iconic one. I'm sure the lamp is a reference to something, but it's so simplistic that I'm glad they never changed it. Even the dull gray background never changed, and honestly, that kind of adds to the charm. I know I said I wouldn't mention variants that much, but I vividly remember the Toy Story 4 one that transitions to the movie perfectly. This is an A tier. New Line Cinema. I apparently haven't watched New Line movie in forever because I don't remember this being a current logo. It's attached to the Warner Bros logo, but Warner Brothers have their own logo for the movie, so I'm going to be doing that separately and counting this one as just New Line. I love the way the fanfare and logo transition to the New Line one. Also, the sky is super beautiful. It really sets the mood, and the score is gorgeous to match. I think this deserves an S rank. Now it's time for Columbia. Does anyone have the sudden urge to watch Spider-Man 2? Because I have the sudden urge to watch Spider-Man 2. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Columbia remains one of the coolest looking logos until this day. It has that vintage feel that I'm glad doesn't look over polished like some companies tend to do, as we'll see later. It still looks fantastic and there's not much they need to change. S tier. If only I had done this video a few months ago. This new DreamWorks logo is not horrible. I don't really mind using other franchises in the opening, but honestly DreamWorks were the king of the variants. So I'm wondering having multiple IPs on one logo is going to get rid of those. And apparently the franchises will change depending on the movie, which is sure, I guess. I kind of disagree with Shay Phyllis on this. It moves a little too slowly. If they up the pace, I'm sure it'd be a lot better. But honestly, this feels a bit awkward. I'll put this in D, but only because I don't think we're going to get a straight up actual D tier logo, seeing as these are well designed to be good. So this will be placed here only because I have a lot of problems with it as compared to Blue Sky, where I just don't care for it. I just hit my phone. I think I might leave that in. Time for MGM, and I feel really dumb because I vividly remember just seeing this logo the past few years, even watching Creed 3 like hours before writing the script. Never noticing the text at the top translates from English to Latin. I think it's a bit on the nose though, like the Latin leaves enough to be desired, but whatever. The zoom out from the close-up is a bit much. Like this is one of the logos like Columbia where I feel like it's timeless, and I'd be just fine if they kept using the same one but slightly upgraded, but these are all nitpicks. The lion's always a cool touch, especially when we consider what they have to do to get in there. A tier. Okay. Disney time. So this one made me cry when I first saw it in Princess and the Frog. Look, I was around 8 years old. I had and still have never been in Disneyland or World, and I thought they actually filmed it there. Can you blame me? Anyway, this is a 100-year anniversary variant they did in 2022, but I don't know if that one's gonna stick later about the 100 things, so I'll only be counting on one day more or less. I've been using since 06. This is just perfect. It represents the company fully, and seeing Disney has that magical, whimsical image attached to them, this is definitely the definitive logo. So no wonder they use it for so long. I hope the 100-year anniversary logo does stick, as a few final notes of the score are just phenomenal. This is the easiest S rank. I've never beaten the Disney and doll allegations, aren't I? Lionsgate. This one's pretty good. I did the Constellation Lion. The music sounds good as usual, but I don't really hold any strong feelings for this one. I just think it's cool. Maybe one day they can incorporate the old gears turning. B tier. TriStar. This one's pretty nice. Another one where I feel like it simultaneously doesn't need an evolution, but also could use one. But the new one they use is fine. I think I prefer the old ones, but since we're not doing the old ones, TriStar gets a B. Also, shout out to this comment that says, I don't own TriStar pictures, obviously, but if I did, the Pegasus would be a female and her name would be Gloria. I guess her name is Gloria now. Let's just refer to her as that. Lucasfilm. What do you want me to say? Touchstone. Parental neglect. Paramount. This is really well made. I love the way the stars glide across the water. It's the extra detail I appreciate a lot. It's taking a simple logo and making it a lot cooler than it has any right being. Isn't it crazy this is happening on that mountain right now? A tier. Universal is really great. Probably the most iconic score right behind Disney in 20th Century. It's like Paramount where it's simple, but some of my favorite movies are under Universal, so I have clear bias. S tier. Warner Bros. I don't know if I really like the opening shot of the water tower here compared to the warehouses of the old Warner Bros. Logos, but I think the music here is easily going to put this in S tier. The strings at the beginning are a great touch, and the ending notes feel so celebratory and bombastic. Plus the blue and white color scheme for the logo is a welcome change. I really like this a lot, though the opening still hasn't grown on me. And well, that's it. I think most of these are great, and doing this is reminding me of how we can associate something so minor as a 30-second logo for a company with some of our greatest franchises and movies. Is there something deeper than this though? Creating something with an iconic logo and simple to remember score so people can link it to their favorite films and declare loyalty to that studio, therefore rejecting other companies not engaging in art that they don't find interesting because it's not made by the one they chose to represent. So artists that want to break that mold for that one company don't really get the chance to do so because no one's going to watch their film because it doesn't have that logo on it. Nah, I'm probably reading too much into it. I wouldn't mind doing more of these with some more companies, so if you have any you want me to do, let me know. If you don't mind, I'm gonna watch Spider-Man 2 now. Bye! Eu disse um B, brandosa ideia.